Hey guys, Nexy here, and today I am back with another throwback episode. This will be episode 4. Earlier today we did a Black Ops Zombies one, and there's going to be a whole playlist of all the throwback episodes we've done so far in the description below if you guys want to check those out, and any other throwback episodes that may have been already uploaded since you guys have checked this video out. So, today the game we're going to be talking about, doing the throwback on, is World at War Zombies. This is one of the oldest apps, multiplayer apps on iOS. It was one of the first games that really got the iOS gaming community into like hardcore gaming, and it's especially the game that got me into hardcore mobile gaming, especially me. The only game I really was into hardcore before, like a multiplayer game like that, was Call of Duty 4 on the Wii. So this is really the game that introduced me into the hardcore mobile gaming scene. Before Modern Combat and before all of that, this was the game that I really got into. And there was an amazing community that I joined and was really active in on a chat app called Palringo. I'm sure some of you guys know from the Modern Combat scene, especially about the Palringo chat app. I initially joined it for Call of Duty Wii. I was looking on the forums to talk to people about the game and play matches together, and I found the Palringo chat app through that. And eventually I found out that people also created and played matches on for Call of Duty World at War Zombies on that app as well. And there's only like 50 to maybe 100 of us on that chat app that actually were really into World at War Zombies, and we wanted to bring more people in. So we actually started writing reviews in the World at War Zombies app for people to join our Palringo chat room. And I actually had a gigantic chat room called the Giant Project that I think was the biggest really zombies matchmaking chat room ever on Palringo, called the Giant Project. And we got up to 900 members. It was a really fun and amazing game to play with friends. And it's the first game that really personally got me interested in YouTube. There was other games like Call of Duty 4 on the Wii especially, with inspirations like Dazran 303 and Icon Boy. They inspired me to, they made me want to get into YouTube, but World at War Zombies was the first game that I was like, hey, I want to record World at War Zombies and upload it to YouTube, because I was getting really good at it. I got a pretty big ego when it came to Call of Duty World at War Zombies, and I really wanted to upload that footage to YouTube. So that was really the first game that made me passionate about making videos on YouTube. And originally, when it first came out, it was $5, I believe, and it only had the Nacht der Untoten map. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that properly. It's German. Nacht der Untoten, I think, is it? I think that's the name, Nacht der Untoten. I'm just gonna say that. And over the next year or so, they were releasing new maps, and every time they released a map, it was $5 extra to get it. There was like a little store in the actual application before all the maps came out, and now I think it's just one thing together. But before, you had to actually purchase all the maps individually as they were coming out, and there was a lot of hype behind every single release. People were always hyping it up on the chat rooms and the forums, and as soon as they came out, it was just nights and nights on end just playing those maps and learning them. Of course, the game had already been out fully on all the other consoles and stuff, but this was, the first big mobile experience for hardcore gaming, so people were really getting into it. And at one point, I was actually in the top 10 for Nacht der Untoten before the hackers really overtook the leaderboards. But there used to be leaderboards for the game, and I was in the top 10 after we reached like round 50 or something. It doesn't sound like much now, but back then when the game was originally released, it was a big deal to be in the top 50 or even the top 10 on these maps, and I got into one of them, and it was just a really fun game to play on multiplayer together. There was, of course, other maps. There was also, aside from Nacht der Untoten, there was Verruckt, which was a map which is, it was an interesting design, because it was way different than Nacht der Untoten. Nacht der Untoten was a very tiny map, and Verruckt, not only did it increase this map size significantly, there was like 2 levels again, and there was traps and all that kind of stuff, but there was also, you started off differently. There was like 2 different sides of the map, and you had to like get together by turning on the power at the end of the map. And it was just, it added a new variable, different aspect to the whole map, and that was really fun. I remember first playing on Verruckt, and I used to be so excited for the map to release so we could, all play it together, that I used to just constantly, for hours on end, like throughout the night, just do nothing but watch Verruckt gameplays on like the PS3, or just watch people play it, because I was so excited for the map. And afterwards, a few months later, I think it was, I can't remember exactly, guys, this was like 6 years ago, literally, this is so long ago. After that, I think it was Shi No Numa that came out. It was $5 as well. Now this game, once again, brought a lot of new aspects to the game. It added the Wonder Waff, which was like the waffle gun. People joked about it because it was so similar to Waffle, the name. But it was one of the new superpower weapons. I think I'm not sure if they originally had the ray gun. I think they did in the original. But I'm pretty sure Shi No Numa was the one that introduced the Wonder Waff. And that was a really fun new gun to use. Everybody always wanted to get one of those. And it was actually a pretty common gun to get in the first random box that you opened downstairs on the original room. What this map really did was just add a whole different feel to it. There was like freaking Japanese zombies, all these swamps, and there was 4 different areas you could go through. There was like the big central area, the central headquarters, and then there was like 4 different places you could go to, like the doctor's quarters, and I don't remember the other names, but it was also a really big upgrade to the maps. It was just so much bigger than the other ones, and it added a lot of new aspects to the whole feel to the whole app. Everybody was playing it. I'm sorry for the lack of eloquence. I'm just trying to remember as much as possible. But Shi No Numa, and I think Shi No Numa was the one that introduced dogs. I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Shi No Numa was the one that introduced those, demon dogs that spawn around round 4 or 5. I don't think Verruckt had them. I'm actually pretty sure that Verruckt didn't have them. So I think Shi No Numa also introduced that. They had the dogs from hell spawning in. So Shi No Numa was a big game changer in the World of War Zombies community. And then there was the Riese. Now the Riese was, of course, pretty much the biggest thing ever for mobile gaming, and of course it was the biggest upgrade as well for zombies on the consoles and for iOS. So when it came out on iOS, the hype was insane. It added so many things to it. I mean, not too many things to it, I guess. It added a lot, and especially the biggest thing it added was that you can now upgrade weapons. There was 3 different areas you could go to. You had to link to teleporters. You only had like 30 seconds to do so. And there was a lot of Easter eggs as well. And that was just a really fun map. That's the one I think I played most on, honestly, because on that map you could do so many different things to make yourself last forever. You had the Wonder Waff weapon, of course. You had that one area. The most fun, you could reach like easily to go to like 150, level 150 or round 150. It was very easy to do that if all you did was just round them up and shoot the Wonder Waff. But the most fun I ever had playing on the Riese was going to one of those ramps up in the the area where you buy the Bowie knife. I'm sure some of you remember the area where you buy the Bowie knife. Upstairs there was like this place where you could just all sit by the random box and shoot people coming across the platform or like the bridge or whatever you want to call it. And that was the most fun, I think, as the Riese experience. But the Riese was also a very big map, like I said, upgrading weapons never before seen in Call of Duty Zombies. And yeah, so like I said, there was a bunch of Easter eggs. There was like the ones with the brains. I'm not sure what perks. I think perks were introduced in Verruckt as well. I forgot to mention that, but I think there was definitely no perks on Nacht der Untoten. I'm pretty sure the perks came out in Verruckt because I remember the double tap root beer was on the left side of the spawn after the first room, but you of course had to turn the electricity on for that. But I'm pretty sure it was Verruckt that introduced the colas, the upgrade colas, the perks, and then every other map had them afterwards. So anyway, that's pretty much it for my experiences, guys. My throwback to World of War Zombies. It's not the most eloquent commentary, but I was just reminiscing, and hopefully some of you guys could reminisce in the nostalgia as well. And if you guys have any insane experiences, or maybe you're actually a friend of mine from back in the day, like Snorkels or Water Bummer, if you guys are still around from back then, COD 4 iPod especially, then leave a comment saying hi. It'll be really fun to talk to you and reminisce about the old gaming days. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, tell me about your experiences in the comments. I love interacting with you guys. Of course, the channel has been as active lately, but any comment makes me really, really happy, as long as it's not a stupid comment. And yeah, like I said, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed watching. Peace, guys. Love you. See you guys in the next throwback episode. Bye.